comfort zone, comfort zone. And we usually say your comfort zone, his comfort zone, her comfort zone, my comfort zone. It's a thing that we have. And I think it's good to sort of understand what a zone is first so that we can have a kind of picture in our minds, a visual in our minds. And then once we have that, when we talk about the examples, it will be very clear how people use it in daily conversation. So a zone is just a general area, and usually it does have clear lines or a border, right? A clear line. So let's say this is a place in a city and it has this shape. This is a zone. This is a zone. Often when you take a train, the amount that you have to pay, the fare or the ticket, will depend on the distance, and maybe the distance, the whole train line will be broken into zones. Zone 1, $2. Zone 2, $3. Zone 4, $5. So it's an area. It's a general area. It doesn't have always a certain shape, but it usually does have clearly defined lines. But it doesn't have to be a square or a circle. Well, that's the basic idea, okay? Now, when we think of a comfort zone, I'd like you to just imagine a person here and a zone around them, but not a physical zone. And this circle is a line, and it represents the limits of what is comfortable to this person. And all of the things on the inside of this, these are things that this person feels comfortable doing, things that this person is used to, things that this person is used to. Maybe they're used to meeting with friends and hanging out, used to doing their job. Maybe they're used to staying in their hometown, visiting their family. Maybe this person is used to, okay, maybe they speak a second language, used to speaking a second language. But there are some things outside of this little zone that make this person feel nervous, things this person is afraid of. Maybe it's that third language, speaking it with strangers. Maybe it's public speaking, speaking in front of 20 to 100 people. Maybe it's talking in front of a camera, right? Some people are afraid of that, like me. I'm very scared to talk in front of a camera. And maybe it's going to bars and meeting people. Maybe it's travel, international travel. Any kind of activity or behavior or thing that you can think of that is scary to a person. We might say that this is outside of this person's comfort zone. And so we often use the expression step or outside of. I'm going to erase this so it's more clear. Step out or outside of your, for example, your comfort zone. What does that mean? Well, that means you leave this and you try this. You leave and you try this. You leave and you try this. Now maybe that will bring this thing into your comfort zone. Maybe not. Maybe you remain afraid of talking on camera. Maybe you remain afraid of traveling to another country, even after you do it, or flying or whatever. But you might bring it into your comfort zone. But the basic idea is you step out of your comfort zone as a way to challenge yourself. And this is often a good thing. Sometimes people will say, oh, I don't like being here. Why not? Because I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm out of my comfort zone here. Sometimes people will say out of my element. I'm out of my element here. But often when we say step out of your comfort zone, step outside of your comfort zone, we're encouraging someone to do something new as a way to challenge themselves, as a way to grow as a person, as a way to expand your horizons and be a stronger, better, more capable person. So maybe you feel uncomfortable using a lot of natural English expressions. Maybe you're taking this course and that is outside of your comfort zone. And just to be clear, this is totally subjective. That means something that is in your comfort zone may be outside of mine. Something in my comfort zone may be outside of yours, right? I feel very comfortable talking on camera, very comfortable, and maybe you don't. Maybe you do, but maybe you don't. So comfort zones are unique to each person. So hopefully you've got the idea. Let's look at some specific examples. Sometimes it's healthy to step outside your comfort zone. In fact, it may be the only way to grow as a person. Notice sometimes here. Not necessarily, but sometimes. This could be someone giving general advice, maybe encouraging a friend to try something new, right? Sometimes it's okay to step out of your comfort zone. It's the only way to maybe grow or develop as a person. We don't always have to talk about the comfort zone as a thing to step outside of. Sometimes we're just talking about the things that we're comfortable with, or the things we feel most comfortable doing. So it's not always used to talk about self-improvement. That's just, I think, the most common. We could say, I'm in my comfort zone when I'm with my old friends in my hometown. I'm not talking about stepping outside of my comfort zone. I'm not talking about what's outside of my comfort zone, really. Maybe I'll mention it, but I'm really just describing the things that I enjoy most, the things that are most natural and easy for me. Hanging out with my friends in my hometown, I feel totally relaxed, totally comfortable, okay? So you can use comfort zone to talk about those things that are both inside and out of it, the comfort zone, that line, and you can use it to talk about the adventure of stepping over the line, to step out or step outside of your comfort zone. And that is usually when we're talking about challenging ourselves or self-improvement. And I think it's very important to remember that visual. I always like to imagine a picture when I learn something new because that helps me remember, that helps it stick. So remember that picture of that line around the person and the things that are in it, that bubble, those things are comfortable. The scary things are floating outside and they've got scary, scary faces. And maybe, if you try one, it will come into your comfort zone eventually.